morning, before we start moving, I'd like to let you know what we're working on. So today we'll continue to work with a lot of the traditional Ashtanga yoga postures, a lot of linear postures, ones that you should be familiar with. But we're going to emphasize back bends here. So for the most part, the main thing we'll be switching today is the arm positioning in order to open the heart and the lungs and allow the heart to be open and expansive and allow the breath to flow more freely through the chest and the lungs. So there's so much we do in our everyday life. Pretty much everything we do that requires our hands, whether it's being on our phones, computers, writing, cooking, eating, everything requires the arms and the hands to be in front of us, which causes a lot of rounding in the upper back, maybe even overstretching on the upper back of the shoulders there, and creating tension in the neck and in the shoulders. So we are going to kind of counteract that this morning. Another issue that we have energetically, so those are the physical activities that cause us to sort of tighten up and round and hunch. But also energetically, sometimes we move away, we shy away from feelings of vulnerability in our life, from feeling things that are maybe a little uncomfortable, whether it be, if you're in Chicago with me, whether it be the cold, or just socially or in our relationships, we kind of close our heart. So this practice is going to be physical and energetic. That's what I love so much about yoga. It's so efficient. So that's what we're working on today. Let's go ahead and set an intention. So close your eyes. Bring your hands into prayer position in front of your heart. And take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. So again, we're working on opening the heart. Maybe you can already acknowledge some area of your life that needs to become a little more open. Or you can simply ask the universe for clarity on what activities you need to let go of that are causing this heart of yours to close. And now with that intention in mind, let's start by chanting the sound Om one time. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Bow your head to your heart. Slowly open your eyes and release your hands. And then right away, come on into child's pose. We'll slowly make our way into downward facing dog from here. So hips on the heels, forehead on the mat. Start to activate that Ujjayi breath. So deep breathing in and out through the nose. Contract the back of the throat, make that breath long. And now tuck your toes underneath. Come onto tabletop position. And then extend your legs, send the hips up towards the sky. And then look forward in between your hands. Look where you want to go. Bend your knees deeply, come onto those tippy toes. And either step or hop forward. And then roll up to standing. Coming into Tadasana at the top of the mat, Tadasana mountain pose. Spread the fingers, or spread the toes wide. Lift the inner arches of the feet. Hug the thigh muscles to the bone, so feel the kneecaps lift. Pull that navel back towards the spine and then lift it up. As you lift the chest, roll the shoulders down the back. Release your arms to your sides. Lastly, tuck your chin slightly and pull the crown of the head towards the sky. Feel the length from the heels to the crown of the head. And then as you inhale, sweep the arms up, touch the palms, look up. Exhale, fold forward over straight legs. Let the head be relaxed here. Inhale, come forward onto the fingertips. Exhale, bend the knees, step or walk back, chaturanga, halfway down. Inhale, slide forward and up. Exhale, work on rolling over the toes and pushing back into downward facing dog. And as you hold it here, first round, you're going to move into some spontaneous movement here. Maybe pedal the feet, maybe sway the hips a little side to side, and shake the head out. Allow your body to speak here, allow it to move freely. And then keep that breath strong. Keep pulling that navel in towards the spine. And then look forward. Again, with an inhale, you step or hop in between the hands. Right away, halfway up, monkey pose. And then exhale, fold it forward. Again, let the head be relaxed here. Inhale, root down, rise to standing, touch the palms. And then exhale, release your arms to your sides. We got two more, just like that. Inhale, extend the arms. Touch the palms, arch the back. And then exhale, fold it forward, release. Inhale, lift halfway up, bring the torso parallel to the floor. Exhale, bend those knees, step or hop it back. Chaturanga Dandasana, halfway down. Inhale, slide it forward, lift the heart here. And exhale, roll back into downward facing dog. And again, working on the back bends today, so try to make every pose into a back bend. So this may seem like a forward fold, but I want you to squeeze the arms in toward each other. So really wrap the arms in, work on sending the elbow creases towards the front of the room, and then push your chest back through the arms towards the thighs, and really open the heart. Let's look forward. Inhale, step or lightly hop in between the hands, right away. Halfway up, pull the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold over those straight legs. Inhale, press down. Rise to standing, arch the back as you bring the palms together. And then exhale, release your arms to your sides. We got one more, just like that. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, keep that length in the spine as you plant the hand, step or hop back. Inhale, slide forward, press down with the tops of the feet. Exhale, roll over those feet, hold in downward facing dog. And if you are still exploring some spontaneous movement here, go right ahead. Otherwise, simply hold the pose. Remember to keep that breath long and steady. Keep the bandhas engaged, navel to spine. And then keep the gaze sharp. So find that one spot that isn't moving and keep your eyes there. Okay, look forward. In between those hands, look where you want to go. And with an inhale, step or lightly hop there. Halfway up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, engage the legs. Hug those thighs to the bone as you fold. Inhale, root down, just float up to standing. Arch the back, touch those palms. Exhale, release your arms to your sides. Adding on, Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B, 2 rounds. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms, open that heart, Utkatasana. Exhale, lower the hands down the midline, extend the legs as you fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or hop it back, Chaturanga, Dandasana. Inhale, lift it up. Remember, press down with the tops of the feet, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, roll it back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Moving into Virabhadrasana, warrior. Step the left foot out, toes out, 45 degrees. Right foot in between the hands. Really get it up there. Inhale, press down, rise to standing. Look for that back bend here, arch the back. Exhale, frame the right foot with the hands. Step back, lower down. Inhale, slide it forward and up. Exhale, push back. Virabhadrasana, second side, step the right toes out, 45. Left foot in between the hands. And then you root down. You just float up to standing, touch those palms, one breath. Exhale, release the hands, frame the left foot. As you send that left leg back, you bend the elbows, land 90 degrees. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, push it back, hold it here. 3 deep breaths. Spread those fingers wide, spread the toes. Remember to send the chest back towards the thighs for your back bend. And then reach the heels towards the mat. If the heels touch the mat today, slide the feet back. Take a longer stance here. And then let's look forward. Come onto those tippy toes. Inhale, step or hop in between the hands. Right away, halfway up, monkey pose. Exhale, fold it forward. Pull yourself in towards the legs. Inhale, same way we started. Bend the knees. Lift the arms. Utkatasana. Exhale, release your arms to your sides. Tadasana. Last round. Inhale. Bend the knees. Lift the arms and the heart. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, slide the hands down the midline. Fold it forward. Uttanasana. Got a standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, keep that length in your spine as you plant the hands, step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. On the inhale, you slide it forward. Lift the legs, lift the hips and the heart. Exhale, roll back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing, moving into warrior. Step that left foot out, right away, right foot in between the hands. Press down, rise to standing, one breath. And then exhale, back into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, push back, downward facing. All right. Right foot out, left foot in between the hands. Last warrior here. Touch those palms. Exhale, frame that left foot. Step it back as you lower down. On the inhale, you lift up. The exhale, you press back and you hold. Remember to look for that back bend. And as you do this, make sure you don't arch too much in the lower back by sticking the belly out. Instead, continue to pull that navel in towards the spine. Flatten the lower back. And move that back bend into the upper back, the place just behind the heart. Come onto those tippy toes. Inhale, last round step or hop in between those hands, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. And then fold it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten the knees, release your arms to your sides, Tadasana. Take a little sip of water, dry yourself off for just a moment. And then we'll move forward. I'm looking for the back bend here. For today, Parahustasana, Parahastasana, one pose, a little different. Let's inhale, hop the feet hip distance apart. And then exhale, fold forward. As you come down, take the arms behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back. And before you go any further here, start to lift the toes, lift the inner arches of the feet. Same way we started in Tadasana. Always looking for that strength in the legs and your foundation. Hug those thigh muscles to the bone. Pull that navel in, Uddiyana Bandha. And now squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take the arms overhead. Deep Ujjayi breathing here. Emphasize the exhales to release any tension in the neck and in the shoulders. Last 2 breaths. Continue to move the weight forward onto the toe side of the feet. Really challenge your balance. Maybe even shake a little bit here. And then with an inhale, root down with the feet, rise to standing. You can release your arms to your sides. And then step your left foot to the back edge of the mat. Variation of pyramid pose. Turn the right toes in, about 45 degrees. Left toes straight back so they are pointed at the short end of your mat. And again, let's interlace those fingers behind the back or grab opposite elbows. If you can, take it furthest. You bring the palms together behind the heart. And before we start moving here, pull that belly in. Remember, we're taking the back bend in the upper back. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, fold forward over straight legs. So right away, awareness on the whole body. Start from the toes. Lift the inner arches. Lift that kneecap. Squeezing that thigh muscle in. Lift the navel. Then let the upper body be relaxed here. Reach chin towards your left shin. For 3, 2, last one. Press down, rise to standing. Turn those left toes in, right toes out this time. Hips squared with the short end of the mat, so if you need to, hop that left foot out towards the left. Pull that right side of the hip back. Again, inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Reach your torso towards your right leg. Continue to lift the navel here. Work against the gravity. Pull that right side of the hip in and up. Last 2 breaths. Let the head be heavy. Then inhale, press down, rise to standing. And then exhale, hop to the top of the mat, release the arms to your sides. And again, step the left foot to the back edge of your mat. Super wide stance, this time Prasarita Padottanasana. See? So toes should be pointed forward. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. One more inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. And then exhale, pull the hips back to fold forward. So lead with the hips. If you need to, you spread the feet apart in order to get the head down towards the mat. And just like we did in our standing forward fold, squeeze the shoulder blades together and reach the hands to the floor behind you. About 3 deep breaths here. Lift those inner arches. Press down with the outer edges of the feet here. Keep that breath strong and steady. Last breath. From here, release the hands to the floor in front of you. Press down, lift yourself about halfway up, and then walk forward, Mandukasana variation. So let's bring the feet in towards each other this time. Usually we have the feet in line with the knees, feet in towards each other. Then walk your hands back as far as you can. You can only come to having the spine vertical. Work on squeezing the shoulder blades together. But if you can, take the hands behind you. So as you notice, a lot of the back bends require that our arms be behind us. As I was saying, there's so much in our everyday life that requires the arms and the hands to be in front of the body, causing roundedness and tension in the neck and in the shoulders. So we're working that out. Drop the head back. And breathe. Little extra credit here. Last couple breaths. You can lift the hips, tuck that tailbone forward, and just hold it here. Lifting. Tucking the tailbone forward. Let's release. Let's walk the hands back. And then tuck the toes underneath. Push down. Lift up. And then walk forward about 90 degrees towards the front of the mat. And then come into a high lunge. So your right knee should be bent. Right and left toes pointed forward. And then feel from here, bend the right knee. If you feel the right knee moving forward of the right ankle, you'll have to slide the back foot back. And if you feel at all challenged in your balance, you can step your right foot out towards the right. Again, interlace the fingers behind the back. Let's work on arching here. Make sure the arch is not in the lower back, so pull that belly in, scoop that tailbone underneath you, and then lift the heart. Continue to bend that right knee, push it forward and out. Right knee forward and out as you hold here. 3 more deep breaths. Feel that deep stretch on the front of the left hip and that psoas muscle. Lift the hands a little higher behind the back. And then come to neutral. Hop that back foot in. So left foot moves forward about 1 inch. Let's work on warrior 3 with the arms behind the back. If you can, let's kick off that back leg. Bring the torso parallel to the floor. Bring the hip parallel to the floor. So drop that left hip slightly. Push back with the left heel. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then slowly come up to standing. Bring the left foot to meet the right. And if you need to, you relax the arms here for just a breath. Same thing, second side, starting in that high lunge. Step the right foot to the back edge of the mat. Long stance here. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Check in with that front knee. It should be just above the left ankle, not further. It can be a little behind the ankle, but that just means you're cheating. So move it forward. Again, you want to feel something. Be a little vulnerable in the body. Hold it here. Again, navel in, heart lifted. If you can, turn the gaze up. Lift the arms a little higher. And now look forward, hop that right foot in. Warrior 3, second side. Again, you kick off that back leg. You lean forward until the torso is parallel with the floor. Drop that lifted hip. So hip should be level with the mat. Push out with the back heel. 3, 2, 1. This time we're setting the right foot back into a low lunge. If you can, you keep the arms behind the back the whole time. If you need to come out, shake them out, that is okay. So low lunge, you can either be on the top of the back foot or tuck the toes underneath for balance. You interlace the fingers, not the toes. Okay. And in this position, you can move that front knee forward of the ankle since you're not putting all your weight on it. It is okay. You scoop that tailbone underneath you. And in this one, you more slide the hands down that back leg. And any amount you can, you drop the head back. If you're feeling really strong in that back leg, you can release the hands and then just slide them down the back. So you don't need to interlace. You can just lay the hands flat on the back, the thigh here. And then come on back. Let's work on a little Hanumanasana. So starting halfway, straighten the left knee, pull the toes in towards the face, and as much as you can, keep the heart open here. So come on to fist, squeeze those shoulder blades together, open the heart, and then from the hip, flex to pull yourself in towards that left leg while keeping that openness in the heart. Good, and really go to your edge here. Remember, we're working on feeling. So if you can, move a little deeper. Use that breath to help you. So really emphasize the exhales when you feel you've gone to your edge. And now let's push that left heel forward. Tuck those back toes under, slide the right leg back. And work on arching the back. Walk the hands so they are in line with the torso. Pull that navel in, lift the heart, drop the head back. And you're working towards this. So it may not happen today. If you can, you bring the hands into prayer position in front of the heart. And let's switch sides. Pull that left leg all the way back. Slide the right leg forward. Now starting in the low lunge with the back bend. You move the right knee forward. Feel a deep stretch in that left side of the hip, that psoas. Pull the navel in. Lift the heart. Either interlace the fingers behind the back, or you can slide the hands down that back leg. Lift the heart and drop the head back. And breathe. Okay, let's come on up. Work towards Hanuman. Straighten the right knee, pull the toes back. And work on keeping that openness in the chest and in the back. So squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then flex the hip to pull yourself in towards your right leg. Take any roundedness out of the back. Now if you can, move deeper. Slide the heel forward. Work on keeping that front knee straight. So if the front knee bends, you take a step back. Openness in the heart. Deep Ujjayi breathing. You can even exhale through the mouth if you need to release. And let's pull that right leg all the way back. Come into child's pose. Rest your hips on your heels, forehead on the mat. From here you can come right back up and you can stay sitting on the heels and take your left arm behind the back. Lift the right arm overhead and then reach for the fingers. Little Gomukhasana here. Check in with the navel, pull it back. Can flatten the lumbar spine here. Take the arch in the upper back. And if you can't quite grab the fingers today, you can use your shirt. You can use a strap or a towel if you have it and grab either end. Or you can energetically reach the fingers toward each other and just hold it here. Last couple breaths, you can even use your head to push that right arm back. Get a little deeper stretch here. And now let's switch sides, release the right arm and then the left. And switch the rotation. So left arm comes up this time, right arm goes back and down. And again, reach the fingers, even if it's just one. If you've got one or two fingers, you pull them in towards each other. You bring the rest of the fingers a little closer. You stretch. Navel to the spine. Take that rounding out of the lower back. Let's release this Gomukhasana. Shake it out if you need to. And let's come on forward. Onto the belly. Work on some legit back bends here. And start with Shalabhasana with the arms at the sides, palms facing up. Peel the shoulders off the mat with an inhale. Lift the legs. If you can, lift the arms. Pull those shoulders toward the wall behind you. Look straight down. Keep the back of the neck long and stay lifted. Work on lifting the thighs. Work on squeezing those shoulder blades together. We got 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, make a pillow with the hands. Look to one side. Okay, we'll try that again. Bring the arms to the sides. Remember to look down. Keep the back of the neck long. No crunching here. We're actually trying to work energy out of the neck and the shoulders. Inhale, lift the legs, lift the arms. Pull those fingertips towards the wall behind you. Lift the thighs. Lift the chest. Work on lifting the belly. And then come on down. Look to the other side. Okay, moving into Dhanurasana, bow pose. Bend your knees, reach back for your ankles. And use the strength of the legs. Kick back. Peel your heart off the mat. Lift those thighs. Continue to kick. Lift a little higher. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. We got 3 more deep breaths here. That's 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Keep the knees bent. Take the feet out towards the right. And then take the knees out to the left. Like really slow moving windshield wipers. Side to side. Let's work on Scorpion. May not happen today, but we are working towards it. Bring your hands to your sides, near your low ribs. Keep the knees bent. Bring those big toes to touch. And then push down. Lift yourself up. Then really key point here. Drop the hips, but don't let them touch the mat. Get them as close as you can. Good. Lift that heart. Drop the head back. Work on touching the toes with the head. And then keep the knees bent. Come to standing on the knees, a little Ustrasana here. We'll reach back for the heels. If you need to, you tuck the toes underneath. You bring them a little closer. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, roll them back. Again, reach for the heels. Push the hips forward, lift the heart up, drop the head back for 3, 2, and 1. Press down, lift yourself up, and now come back to seated on the heels or in between the heels if you can. And you hold it here. If you are sitting on the heels, rest your hands on your thighs. If you are sitting in between the heels, work on bringing the hands back. And if you can move a little further, you come onto the forearms. If you're here and you're moving deeper, lift the hips, scoop that tailbone underneath you, and then come on to a flat back with the arms overhead. Breathe here. Keep the eyes open. Gaze steady, focused on one spot. Okay, let's press down, lift back up. And let's pull one leg forward, and then the other. You can shake the legs out if you need to. And then zip the legs together, point the toes, bring the hands behind the back with the fingers pointed forward. Last little bit here, work on squeezing those elbows together, shoulder blades together, and then press down, lift yourself up. Purvottanasana. Touch the toes to the floor, or work towards that. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Pull those knees in to the chest. And then let the knees fall over to the right. Let the knees fall to the left. And come on up. Let's prepare for halasana and shoulder stand. So swing the legs overhead. You can rock forward and back a couple times if you need to. And then with the toes behind you, you reach the hands onto the lower back. Extend the legs. Hold it here. And if you can, you press down with those shoulder blades. Press down and then lift yourself up for just a second. You should feel a little more space in that upper back. It should feel slightly more comfortable. And now you can tap back into some spontaneous movement here. Move any way the body feels called to do so. So don't think about it too much. Just let your body play. And then come on back. Take the legs behind you, toes to the floor. And squeeze the knees in towards the ears, Karnapidasana. Then bring the hands onto the mat, roll down, keep those knees bent. Knees bent, feet down, mat distance apart. With an inhale, press down, lift the hips. And then find a variation for the arm that feels good to you. So either overhead or interlaced behind the back, or making a shelf for the hips. Yogi's choice here. And then slowly lower down. Cross your right leg over your left. If you can, hook the right toes behind the left calf. And then take the knees out to the left, look to the right. And if you'd like to, you can close the eyes here. And if you're closing the eyes, still try to keep the mind focused. Bring your awareness into your body. Notice where you're feeling the deepest part of the stretch. Direct your breath into that area. Let's bring the legs back to center and switch the cross. So cross left over right this time. Hook the foot. Send the knees over to the right as you look towards the left. Remember, if you're closing the eyes, you still keep that gaze steady, right? You keep your mind focused on the present moment, on what you're feeling right now, and on your breath. come back to center. Unwind the legs. Let's walk the feet out and let the knees fall in towards each other. Any arm variation here. Continue to walk the feet out a little further. Again, really go to your edge here. And now let's walk the feet in towards each other and let the knees fall out to the sides. Also walk the feet back as close as you can get them to the hips. Let the legs be heavy here. Let gravity help you. Pull those knees to the floor. If you want to take it a little further here, you can press the outer edges of the feet together. And if you'd like to stay here a little while longer, that is okay. Otherwise, you extend your arms and your legs. You can reposition yourself on your mat so that you are comfortable. And we'll just hold it here for a few breaths, a few minutes, just letting go. Shavasana. So let go of any techniques here. Let go. toes. Extend your arms overhead. And then hug your knees into your chest, roll over to one side. And slowly push up to seated. Any comfortable seated position. And rest with your hands in your lap, palms facing up, one on top of the other. In this gesture of openness. Let's just sit here for 1 minute. Again, feeling open. Feeling expansion. Now let's bring the palms into prayer position in front of the heart. And again, let's reconnect with our intention. Remember why it is you chose to practice today. And then really thank yourself. Express gratitude for doing this work today. And then with that intention in your mind and that gratitude in your heart, let's end chanting the sound Om one time. Take a deep inhale. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. Have a blessed day. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you feel a little more openness in the heart. Remember the physical actions we perform on a daily basis with the arms and the hands out in front of us can cause this closing off of the heart, this roundedness of the back. Also, energetically, we close ourselves off from experiences that make us feel vulnerable, that make us feel uncomfortable, but we need to continue to stay open, not only for our physical well-being, our emotional health, but also to be able to receive messages and clarity and all the gifts that the universe has for us. We have to be open to receive. Thank you so much.